Great vinyl community, welcome. Another episode. Finally, I've got plenty more vinyl finds. Pretty much all this here I got to present to you guys. So I've got a bunch here, about 20 or so of vinyl finds, recent over the last sort of 6 weeks. Pretty sure I haven't shown any of these, maybe a couple, but we'll just whip through them and enjoy what I've got here. So yeah, my collection's building really well. I'm picking up stuff, reasonably every week where I can. And as you might have seen in my last video, now that I'm getting my turntable updated and fixed and getting my vinyl room fixed, that, it's all good. It's like a dream. Let's get into it. Van Morrison, Into the Music. This has got track 1, side 1, Bright Side of the Road. This is my second Van Morrison album. I do love him. I want to get more of it. I just haven't come across it, to be honest. The other one I got is Wavelength, so I pretty much want to get all these, or even with them, all the 60s and 70s stuff that Van relates to. It'll be fantastic to get. Just phenomenal musicians, engineering, recording, writing, singing, just magic. A lot of sort of great Saturday night music, cocktail music, I believe this is their very first one. Dire Straits, self-titled. The lighting's not too good in this spot here, but we'll figure it out. And this one's got Down to the Waterline, Sultans of Swing, of course. All had a bit of a crack at that on the guitar, not too good. I mean, Mark Knopfler he's superb, absolutely superb. Another Jimmy Barnes, Aussie singer, 80s pub rock to add to my collection. His biggest hits on here would be No Second Prize, and for me that's his biggest one. If you haven't checked out Jimmy Barnes, some of his early stuff, No Second Prize. Good feel good, sort of fist pumping, like you're going out to play sport and you just want to, Welcome to My Nightmare, Alice Cooper. And, funny I'm showing this. If it's actually Halloween night tonight here. We've had a few people come to the front door. I'm not really, to be honest, sorry to all my friends in the States and that, but I'm not really big into Halloween. I mean, Halloween originated from Ireland, and it is growing in Australia. The neighbours just over the road from us had special lighting and all the fake cobwebs and stuff and lights all over the front yard. It was pretty cool. Talking Heads, and probably the main reason why I got this was a Psycho Killer on side 2. To be honest, I don't know a lot about Talking Heads, so a lot to learn there. This one's a bit interesting, something different. A band called The, and an album called Soul Mining. I've heard of that, but I haven't listened to them before. I'm pretty sure from what I believe, what I think, or what I've heard, great musicians, great writing. And this has got a bit of value on, it's on the Epic label, a bit of value on Discogs, so I think maybe it's something that's been a bit underrated or a bit missed in the music community. If you know much about them, please tell me. I think I picked up a couple of theirs. There's one of them. Okay, Pretenders, is this the self-title? Again, like Talking Heads, I don't know a lot about the Pretenders. Certainly respect them as a band and the music they put together and record. Fantastic. So, something for me to explore a bit more. My very first Emerson, Lake and Palmer. This is Works. It's a double LP, I believe, not triple. If you can see that or not. Yeah, double album, 4 sides. It says side 1 is Greg Lake, side 1 is Keith Emerson, Piano Concerto No. 1, side 2 is Greg Lake, side 3 is Carl Palmer, and side 4 is Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Again, something I don't know much about these guys at all. I know they've had a couple of really big radio hits in Australia. So another thing for me to learn. Oh, I finally got this one. I've got a few of their albums, and I've seen it around a couple of times, but just haven't been able to get it. So it's great to add to the collection. Bookends by Simon and Garfunkel. It says full colour illustrated included, or poster, but no, I don't have that. But this is an original pressing. I believe Australian original pressing. You can. It smells like it's been in someone's cupboard for a long time, but vinyl's in good condition. This one I've been a bit curious about George Benson. Respect him as a vocalist and guitarist. But just haven't I think I've got one of his records, but just something you see like $2 bin, $3, $4. And you think, he's got that, the record covers have got that cheesiness of the 80s, but this one I was able to get for a couple of dollars. It's hard to pick up, but there you go, George Benson. And this is a double album of his hits, I suppose. There's no gatefold here. Interesting label. Looks like someone's kid is drawn on it. And that theme continues here. Look at this. Yeah, it's a booklet. This is cool. I haven't pulled this out yet. Wow. Beautiful artwork. It's just a write-up about him there. There's a picture. Talks about the arrangements, who's involved in every song. And that's classic George Benson there. As you know, I love the guitar, so someone who can play the guitar well, I'll put that away. I'm more than likely going to pick it up. My very first Chet Atkins record. He's pretty cool in his day. Play the guitar really well. This one's a live record. Recorded live in Paris, at Nashville. London Town Wings. Yeah, I know I'm a bit slow getting some of this stuff, but as I said, I'm trying to get all this stuff. I can't remember if I've been through some of these records. I'll just be really quick here in case I have. Dynasty by Kiss. I Was Made for Loving You. We all know that. This is what they call a 2-for-1. I remember those a lot when I was younger. Oh, well, late teens, early to mid-20s, the 2-for-1 deals are pretty big. This is Piano Man and Cold Spring Harbor. Pretty much near mint condition. Belinda Carlisle Horses. 80s. Belinda, of course, from the Go-Go's. She had a lot of hits with this album, Heaven on Earth, in Australia. Probably about 4 hits. 4 top 20 hits from each album. So she was very big back then. La Bamba soundtrack. Look at all those songs there. Phenomenal soundtrack. Great music. Just cannot go wrong with any song there. These are a couple of comedy records. For those of you who know Billy Birmingham in Australia, or I know about cricket, especially the Hello James Griffiths. I hope we beat the Poms again next time we see you. This is basically a comedian who's made a lot of fun of our sports commentators. And basically you have to be an Australian or Pommy to really get the jokes, but it's really funny. Probably something you play once and never again. Best of the Doobie Brothers. Interesting when I hear some of their songs, I sort of tend to forget they had so many big hits. I mean, you kind of know they do, but until you hear them, you just, wow, they've had so many hits. Cosmic Thing, B-52s, of course, Love Shack, etc. These guys are still touring. They're coming to Australia in February to do a lot of the winery tours and so forth. So, interesting. I just saw that. Yeah, she's is it Kate? Is in a new relationship, so with her lady friend. So that's fine. So these guys are still going. And Elton John, Caribou. I'm just picking up Elton John where I can, especially if they're reasonably cheap, which they more often than not are. So I've got plenty of his now. So there you go, guys. That's just a quick bunch of recent vinyl finds. A lot more of those to present to you. I've got a couple more Elvis, which I'll just sort of put aside until I get a few more to do another Elvis vinyl find. So cheers for that. And hi to Liam Dwyer. G'day, Liam. Liam, check out Liam's channel. What's it called? Oh, can't remember. Sorry, Liam. He's a big Elvis fan too, and shout out to you, Liam. Thanks. He had a couple of really great finds today with Kiss as well at a record fair. So if you search Liam Dwyer, I'm sure you'll find him on YouTube. Shows a lot of great classic stuff too, which I love. All right, guys. Thanks so much. I'll get moving. Plenty happening, and cheers out.